Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Sarah and this is my channel Lady Lugana, and this is a channel about cross stitch and my love for cross stitch and sharing it with other people. It's been a while. It's been 2 months. I had planned on making a video about a month ago, but the past 2 months have been a little crazy. Between school and I had to travel, we went from New Hampshire to Savannah actually just once, but then like 2 weeks later I had to go back to North Carolina for school. And so it's been busy, but it's been fun and no complaints. And I'm excited to be back and share this time with all of you. So I have some fun stuff planned today, mostly Halloween related, which I know one day too late, but that's okay. I spent a lot of September and October stitching on fall, autumnal, and Halloween related items, so I get to share those with you. But first, I have some stitchy kindness to share. So after doing my memorabilia parade, got a message. Instagram handle is Cass Lindy, and her name is Miss Linda, and she reached out to me. She is stitching Emmy, which is one of the bewitching pixies that Nora Corbett put out. It is one that I have in my collection that I hadn't started, but she had purchased an extra bead pack, and so she asked me if she could send it to me. And she sent it to me, but she sent me an entire little care package that was absolutely jaw-droppingly wonderful. Came right in the midst of a lot of stress, so it was a huge, it was just so thoughtful. I mean, it meant a lot to me. So I first got this little beautiful card. I love it. I keep it in my stitchy stuff because it's something to remember, something I like to keep tokens and mementos. So, and this is super sweet. So that is the card she sent. And then she sent me the beads, which I probably should have pulled them out. This is for Emmy. Sorry if that's rustling. The little bead pack. And Emmy, actually, I have her right here. I can show you the pattern. Sorry, zipper issues. So this is Emmy. She's one of the bewitching pixies. And so these are her beads that Linda sent me to get started. We're stitching this together in the month of October. So if you follow her on Instagram at Cass Lindy, you'll see she has amazing progress. I think she's almost done, basically. And I will show you my middling little start in just a minute, and my need to restart it. So, but she also sent me some other wonderful things. Look at this beautiful fabric. It is a 28 count, maybe a Joblin, I think. And it's got those beautiful like teals. It makes me think of candy floss. And so I think that would be fun to stitch something colorful on for like an ornament for Christmas, like a frosted pumpkin stitchery ornament. I think would look good on something like this. So that is from the Crafty Kitten, and she's from the UK. So all of this is UK based. And then she sent me these cute little hand-dyed flosses to go with it. And they match perfectly. Look at that. Aren't those so sweet? It makes me wish it makes me wish I was an artist and knew how to design, because then I could maybe design something cute with both of these, but someday, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. And so that was my first piece of stitchy kindness, and I can't thank you enough. Yeah. I mean, literally, jaw to floor dropping. My husband was like, what is this? There was another piece to it as well, and I'm sorry, I'm already all spread out. I think I left it in the other room, actually. I did leave it in the other room. So the other piece was a new memorabilia pattern, and it's called Autumn in My Garden. And so she sent me that. She had already stitched it up, and now I have the joy of getting to share that pattern and stitch it myself. So I had another piece of stitchy kindness. And this was from a friend at work. Oh, here it is. I buried it. This is Autumn in my garden. I love the pumpkins and I love the plaid skirt and I just love all things Mirabilia. Let's just be honest. And so another Stitchy kindness came from a friend of mine at work. She has cross-stitched for many years and she knows that I lived in Japan and she also knows that I like fancy ladies. So she found this gorgeous book full of Joan Elliott Oriental designs. And it's just absolutely filled with such beautiful pieces. I love her. Like she's, yes. And there are just, I mean, look at this one. They're just so beautiful. And they're like completely filled. Ooh, here's one in purple. And so she shared this with me and then purchased herself a copy. And so we are going to stitch the one on the cover together. And I'm waiting for my stuff to come in for her, but I think she's beautiful. I love all the different colors. I'm thinking of stitching her on Picture This Plus Chime, which is a very pale mottled yellow, pretty color. So we'll see. I'll do a floss toss and take a look. And so this is from Dr. Elizabeth Brandt. And so I'm so excited to stitch this and share this. And perhaps one of these days I should do a walkthrough of the book because it's just so beautiful. They're actually, you can find these on Etsy and on Amazon. They're not too hard to come by. So thank you to both of you lovely ladies for just blessing me and making my days better. So I can't thank you enough. So that is Stitchy Kindness. And let's see, I have one fully finished object and I have a couple of finished smalls and one bigger finish and then some whips. The fully finished object, I'm sorry, I'm leaving out of the screen. You can kind of see my stitch over here. I have to hide it. Leaving out of the screen to reach for it. This was a Halloween stitch along last year by Stitchonomy. It's the All Hallows Eve storybook Halloween, and it's the first like bigger thing I finished. I finished a couple of other things, but this is like my jaunt into finishing, I guess. And my husband just loves it. He loves this piece. It's like his favorite, and so he, as a early Christmas / anniversary gift, got it framed for me. And this is it. Oh. And it is museum glass, which it's amazing. I have a light right in front of me and you can really not see that much of a reflection. So museum glass, when I first picked it up, I tapped on it because I didn't know that there was glass there. I was like, did they forget something? But no, it's that clear that you can't tell that there is in fact a pane of glass there. And each day, so the frame came out initially, and then each day, starting mid-September through Halloween, we were able to stitch one of the characters. And the fun thing, I don't know if you can see, like the moon, I used glow-in-the-dark floss, and so I added beads and gems, and so there's touches of glow-in-the-dark that are so much fun. This was a experiment in using different types of threads, different types of charms, different types of beads. I had never done anything really of that sort, and so I got to play. Like this is all DMC of their metallic line, and then all the back is half stitches or 10 stitches, so I was able to practice that, and then just add, like, I love this little bat, just add charms as we go. I'm trying to think which one's my favorite. I really think I'm kind of fond of now my Beetlejuice up here, but I also like it. I think he's pretty cool too. And so this is my fully finished object. And my husband picked out the frame, and he went so far as to, I don't know if you can see on the inside, this is a raised frame. So there's like a space, but he went so far as to put matte board on the inside so that the interior like sides of the frame matched the fabric. And this is a 28 count Legacy by Picture This Plus with just fun floss that I was in my stash, floss stash, I guess. Yeah, and so that is my fully finished Halloween object. So that was fun. I opened it and I was like, ah, so exciting. I was like completely shocked. And he spoils me. Our anniversary is in October, and so he really spoiled me this year. I'll show you some of it. Will be in my haul, I guess. I'm counting it as haul, but I suppose it really was Stitchy kindness. And then I've shown you this one before. I'll show you again because it was fun to pull out and just have on display during Halloween. But this is my Mill Hill Spooky Gate, which was a release in 2021, I think, either 2021 or 2020. And I was able to get it framed and like finished because they don't come with backers. So the frame shop up here just did this for free and backed it for me so that I can make sure my stitches don't fall out. So this has been sitting out all month, and I thought it was fun to bring out and show you again because Halloween is my favorite, and any excuse to share Halloween with anybody, I'm all for that. Yes. And then let's see, 2 small finishes. So the first one is I stitched Summer, Lizzie Kate's Smalls, Summer Smalls. I stitched the one that said Summer, and you may have seen that. It might have been my very first video. And I did Autumn as well. And so this is Lizzie Kate's Autumn Smalls, and the picture is Autumn, or the letters Autumn, spell out Autumn. And it is with all the called for colors on a 32 count gingerbread by Picture This Plus. And then the pattern itself comes with the little buttons to put on it. I like the candy corn. It's so cute. I don't know what about it. It's just darling. These are darling. And so I have spring and winter left to do, and I'll do those in theory this year. We had, if you followed me before, we had talked about purchasing a home, and we're still in the market to purchase a home, but I've decided to hold off making any of these into pillows, into a pillow bowl, until we have a home. That way, I don't know. In my head, it's easier to be mobile with not pillows, like just flat fabric. I don't know if that's legitimate or not, but that was my thinking and my processing for why to hold off on making pillow bowls. So that is Autumn by Lizzie Kate. I like that one. And the next one is Everything's Like a Mess. I thought I got organized really well. I didn't. So if I'm reaching and doing things, it's just a mess. That's okay. The next one is called Full Moon by the Drawn Thread. And this is a book. It has a couple of different patterns in it. I should have pulled it out, a little leaflet that has a couple of different patterns in it. I stitched one that I intend to turn into a pin cushion at some point. I bought the pin cushion base and everything for it. But this is what it looks like. I'm trying to guess that's kind of true to color. And so this is the first time I've ever used silk floss. Drawn Thread uses a lot of dinky dyes and NPI, mostly dinky dyes, but so this is a combination of dinky dye, NPI, silk that is called for. I like this little guy. He's so cute. And it is stitched on 32 count, I think it's called Dirty Belfast linen by Witchelt, pretty sure. But these are also new to me. I think they're called Smyrna crosses. Don't quote me on that. But I was able to practice some specialty stitches with this little piece. So I had fun doing it. But like I said, my favorite guy is the little spider. He's just so cute. Just hanging out there. Little legs sticking up. Which, oh my goodness. Little legs were hard to stitch for me. Of all the things, I'm like, I can't do back stitching. I've messed this up. In order to like center this button and get all these back stitches in correctly so that it actually looks like spider legs, struggle was real. I think I frogged it or picked it at least twice. And even now I'm tempted to fix it, but I won't. So that is Full Moon by the Drawn Thread. Yes. And then my last finish is my bigger finish. It is Luna by Nora Corbett. And she looks like this. This is her pattern. She is also one of the Bewitching Pixies. I have all 12 and I want to stitch them all because I love them. So I've seen like the Huga Stitcher. I've been rewatching her videos again from the beginning, and she's showing her other pixies, the couture pixies, I think they're called, and without the faces, and those are beautiful, but those are hard to find. If you did not pick those up when they came out, good luck. I've seen the, like, is it Bluebell or something like that? The purple and the blue one, they go for a lot of money. You could sell them very, very costly sellers on eBay with those ones. But this is wrinkly. I'm sorry. This is Luna. I just finished her this morning, and that is why she is wrinkly. And she is stitched with all the called for colors, which are DMC, and a mix of with Krynic down here. And this is 32 count milk chocolate linen by Witchelt. And I like, the Huga Stitcher mentions this as well, I like the kind of poppy effect. Look how bright she looks against this fabric. I love that. She's so bright, and she just kind of like stands out and zings out from the fabric. And I that's why I chose the milk chocolate, because I love how bold and bright and wonderful she looks. So this is the biggest project that I have beaded. The storybook one fit in one giant frame, like I use Q-snaps normally, and it fit in like an 11 by 11 Q-snap, believe it or not. And so I didn't have to bead in hand, but this lovely lady, I just stitched on the Q-snap, and then I spent the remainder beading in hand. So that was an adventure. And so that's why it's so wrinkly. I need to iron it. But I like, so these beads are a little bit bigger, the red, gold, orange ones. And so they don't fit in the spaces quite as nicely as like her necklace here. But I love the effect. They don't look crowded or anything, but I love the more dimensional effect it gives. Look at that. They're so shiny. Dimensional effect it gives the whole pattern as a whole. So this is Luna, and I probably won't, I'm trying to decide if I want to frame them, how I want to finish them. I kind of want to frame them, but at the same time I kind of want to like finish all of them and then frame them at the same time, because then they could get matching frames, and I don't know, that appeals to my aesthetic. Maybe a little bit OCD, but the idea of framing something, 12 pixies all at the same time with a professional framer, unless I did it myself, and I can tell you my skills at this point are not sufficient enough to frame something beautifully, that's gonna be really expensive. So we'll see. We'll see how I do this. I haven't decided, but that is Luna, and she is one of my bigger finishes. So I am proud of her. This was a birthday start with me and my sister, my birthday start. She finished hers and I finished mine. And now her birthday start was the one I showed in the first video, I think. The God Bless America one by Twin Peak Primitives, I think. Something like that. And so that is another finish. Let's see. So whips. What do I have for whips? Let me show you my sad little disaster first and foremost. I was stitching with Miss Linda, Cass Lindy, the beautiful Emmy. And you can't really tell actually on this fabric right now, but this is her. However, I won't show you the bottom because my dog got a hold of it. And so I had to repurchase. I don't even know if that's, yeah, that's the right way. That's her cape going over there on the way her cape is going. Repurchase the linen. I was like, do I pick all this out and try to save as much of this as possible? Or do I be lazy and not? I don't know. I'm sure I'll pick it out. I don't want to waste it, but I, at the same time, needed to restart. I need to restart it for on a different piece of fabric because the base has been chewed and slobbered on, and it's not quite in a place that's good. And so I also think you can't really tell in the close-up of this because the light makes it look better, but I was tempted. What I did for my next start, for my go part 2, like attempt number 2, I got anchor black as well to see if that covers a little bit more densely on this 32 count milk chocolate. But I was sad. So she went into timeout for the rest of the month. My milk chocolate linen just arrived. I think I got a package, was it 2 days ago? And so it took a while for it to come in, sadly. And so I will be working on her over the course of the next couple months, but not in October anymore. Let's see, what else did I work on? I had a new start, which you're going to hear creak because I've been working on it. This was also inspired by the Hugo Stitcher, and this was my Halloween. I started this on Halloween yesterday, and it is Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings, which I think is Kathy Barrick. And this is also an adventure. I like how they give us this beautiful picture on the back. I don't know why they do, but I love it. Look how pretty that is. Oh, it's so cool. I just love it. I want to stitch all of them, but these are really heavy stitches. Like the density of stitching in this is impressive. Each block is 92 by 92. And if you are stitching this, a trick that I picked up while watching Flosstube, I don't remember who it was. It may have been, I'm trying to think. Somebody mentioned on their channel if they're like stitching a box and there's 92 stitches on one side. I did 10 stitches for 10 and then a cross at the 10th. So that way I could keep track of where I was. So I could go 10, 20, 30. Oh, I'm at 32 stitches and not have to try to figure out and count and try to keep track of 92 stitches by 92 stitches for this box. This is also an adventure for me because I've never stitched on 40 count. It's tiny. And so 40 count, this is on 40 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. It calls for Legacy, but I wanted, the balloon's a little bit darker, but I think this is a lighter dye job on the doubloon. And so this is my small start from yesterday, and it's all wonky and stretched funny because it's in the Q-snap, so don't mind that. But these are teeny, look at that, teeny stitches. I don't know how people see this. I don't know how I see this, but I have managed to see it. But yes, and so I was proud of just getting the outline of the box done. I was like, this is like 368 stitches or something like that. I don't know. But then here is the little, first little tombstone. And it'll be this guy. I guess this guy's first. So I am literally in this corner down here, which I think is so much fun. So I'll be working on this throughout the year. I may have mentioned I like stitching in season, but I don't know. I've started to acquire more whips than I can actually account for. So we'll see. I'll probably stay stitching in season, try to, but I like projects that are out of season too. So I don't know. Let's see what else to share. So that was a new start, Halloween. Oh, since I missed you in September as well, I got to work on my, where is my, here it is, my full coverage piece, Hade, Heaven and Earth Design, and it is Empress Eugenie, and I'll show you. I'm going to try, I like the way Laladi Stitch, Laladi. If you haven't checked out her channel, Laladi Stitches or something like that, she's wonderful. She's absolutely lovely. I could spend hours just rewatching because she's just so fun to, it feels like you're a part of her life and a part of her world and are really truly friends. And we do develop friendships on Flosstube and through social media, but in that moment, it feels like you're actually with her and like just having conversation with her, and I love it. And she's got the cutest Stitchy room, which I'm so jealous of. I have finally convinced my husband to unpack a little bit because we're not finding a house. It's been over a year and we still haven't found a house. And so I'm going to start hanging stuff in the next month on my wall. And so perhaps the next time I do a video, this won't be a big blank space and it'll be cute. And I can show you all the project bags that are stacking up in the corners. And yes, I'm excited for this. Tangent, sorry, totally got sidetracked. Let me see if I can find Empress Eugenie. Here she is. So this is what the pattern looks like. And what I was talking about Laladi Stitches for is that she takes pictures on her iPad of the befores and after, which I think is a marvelous idea. I need to do that, especially I think with these full coverage pieces, because I put in like 2,000 stitches, but you really, I mean, you can't really tell, can you? You wouldn't know because it's just so many stitches. This project has 350,000 stitches on it. And so my husband this is his pattern. This is going to be his, he selected this pattern. He wants it done. Every time I stitch on something other than this pattern, he's like, where's the ladies? Where's the Empress? Where's Eugenie? And so I have a new schedule probably where she gets a dedicated week out of every month anyway, but maybe add like a Sunday and a Wednesday of all the other weeks so that it gets just more focus. Also, it'll probably literally take like 15 years to finish. He's gonna be like, I'm gonna be long gone before you ever finish that. Then it'll be a memorial piece. But this is where I am with that. And I got over 2,000 stitches, 3,000 stitches in this since it was last on display. I haven't had as much time to stitch as I wanted to though. My school work has become very dense. And then unfortunately we're at critical manning for work. And so I've been working like 60, 70-hour work weeks. And this is the first couple days off in a row I've had for quite some time. And so I am enjoying the freedom. And we'll see what comes of it all. And then the next piece that I worked on was Queen of the Night. The Queen of the Night Stitched Along by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And it's on part 3, comes out today. So I have basically finished part 1, but have not gotten to part 2. Let me see if I can show you where we're at. This is the last part that came out. That's the last part that came out. And this is where I am. So I'm just about done with part 1. So I'm going to focus on her a little bit, try to catch up. I don't plan on staying caught up. I just plan on stitching her because, this is a fun stitch. I don't know what it is about this fabric. This is Nightshade by Under the Sea Fabrics, which is one of the called for, Nightshade? Yeah, one of the called for fabrics for the pattern itself. And it is just so much fun to stitch on. It's like you get going and you're just like, you get in a rhythm with this. And it could be because of all this color blocking. which I love color blocking. And that's, yeah, I love color blocking. So I don't know what it is, but I really do enjoy stitching on this piece. And I'm sure every floss tuber in the world says that when they come to a project, they're like, I need to get back to that one. So that's me today. I need to get back to this one and catch her up. She's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. And then they got all of the needle minders finally came out, which I think these are like very beautiful, high quality needle minders. If you've never purchased anything from Autumn Lane Stitchery, I would highly recommend. I'll put a plug in for them. I get no benefit from doing this except to share that this particular designer and their product is very well made. In fact, one of my hauls is from their Halloween box. And so it was a lot of fun. They have a Halloween mystery box and a Christmas mystery box, and the Christmas mystery box sold out in like 2 hours. I missed out on that one, but that's okay. So that is the other thing that I worked on this past month. And then there's one more. Problem is, here it is. I could not remember what bag I put it in. And so as you see, I'm not well organized. But this is the bag. This is from Lake House Stitch Company. And let me see if I can pull stuff out so you can see the inside, because it is darling. Like, it's got, you can kind of see the, ooh, I'm going to make a mess. You can see the inside better. This fabric is on the inside. Lake House Stitch Company, and she puts all these little charms on. This is so cute. It came with a little notions pouch. Look at how cute that is. Oh my goodness. I love bags. I love project bags. I'm fully addicted. And so this particular pattern, sorry, I'm like showing you the top of my head, is one of my other starts. And it is called Plum Street Samplers, a Ghoul-Tide Welcome to Thee. And I did not get very far on this. I only had a little bit of time to stitch. I got all of the silk though, because I stitched that drawn thread one and I was like, it's time to get a silk project. So all of this is in the called for MPI silks, which are falling all over the floor, which is a bit of a travesty. I mean, look at this. I think Brenda and Laura might have a heart attack if they saw me. They're so beautiful. They have all their beautiful silks all well cared for, and mine are like in a bag. Yeah, that's probably a cross stitch no-no. But you know what? That's okay. We're just gonna go with it. And I really did not get very far on this. This is on 36 count, so this is also new. I've never stitched on 36 count, and it is called Ale 36 count Ale by Picture This Plus, and this is going to be a giant project. I mean, look at this piece of linen. It's huge. I don't think it's going to take up the whole thing, but I had to get a very large piece just to accommodate it. And that's my teeny tiny start. And that actually took a long time. I don't know what the challenge, like my brain couldn't wrap around this. It's very simple, but for whatever reason, I was not able to wrap around this border. But it is this little corner up here, right there. So I've got started the pumpkins, and I have this little corner up here. And so that is one of my new Halloween starts as well. So 1 Halloween finish, 2 Halloween starts. And then last but not least, it's kind of a start. It is, has anyone checked out Pearls and Ponderings? She is in the UK. I think she's in Wales. But she is doing a stitch along of the Autumn Queen by Mirabilia. And so I kitted her up, and because I've been working 60, 70 hour weeks, I did not really stitch very much on her at all. But I can say I started to start along with her new birthday start. I really, I would not consider this a start, to be quite frank, because it's really not a start. But I have somehow lost the pattern. So this is the Autumn Queen, if I can find the pattern for you all. Here it is. By Mirabilia. And she's beautiful. Like, I wish this picture, everybody says this picture doesn't do it justice, but she has like all sorts of fun stuff in her pack. Oh, here's an autumn bag. This is my autumn bag for her. And this is by the company So Much to Love. They do a monthly bag as well, which is fun. I don't have a subscription to it, but they make beautiful bags. I mean, look at that. Isn't that lovely? Inside fabric, they have little music notes in there. It's a little too bright there, you can see it. But like, look at this. Her cloak. She has this white cloak on, right? Like, it's gonna be fur lined because they use Whisper. How fun is that? And the beads, oh my gosh. Look at these beads. Like gold and gems. Look at these little treasures. Oh my goodness, so many treasures. And look at this Kreinik. Some of it I actually think might be for a different project, but I think these are her Kreiniks. I can't remember. This might be for something else. Everything's a bit of a hot mess in my sewing area right now. But look at these colors. Look at this. Look at that. It's beautiful. Look at it. So bright and so vibrant. I can't wait to stitch on her more. And so my Pidlin start, I literally put a couple stitches into her hair headpiece. Really, I don't count this as a start, but we're going to say that I did it in October at least. It's so teeny. It's like 5-10 stitches. That's it. But I did want to show you the fabric at least, because I think it's going to be very pretty. This is a Picture This Plus 32 count sand. And so I thought she would look really beautiful on this sand color to kind of bring out her autumnal glory. So that is my last whip. She's going to get more attention. Speaking of attention, because I was super lucky and super blessed and was selected to participate in the Queen City Stitch Retreat in October of 2023, which is the Mirabilia themed retreat put on by Fiber Arts Amy and Kitschy Whips. And so I am so excited. But what that means is I should probably finish a Mirabilia, which I have not. I'm not even remotely close to finishing a Mirabilia. The Nora Corbett one that I just finished, this is the only finished piece I have that is Nora Corbett Mirabilia, anything related to that particular designer. And so, in the midst of my mess, if I can find anything, I wanted to get your opinions on which, actually, I think I know what pattern I want to stitch. And I have it in mind to start, but I don't know where I put it. As you can see, I'm just looking around. It is I think I'm going to try to stitch. Oh, here it is. It's way over here. And it's in a Beauty and the Beast bag. How cool is this? This is by Little Boat 88. I like Little Boat 88. I love her bags. I think this one's a beautiful one. All the stuff is in there. I think this is what I'm going to try to start and finish for the retreat, because I don't see this stitched a lot. Maybe I just don't know. I don't follow the right circles to see it stitched a lot, but I haven't seen a lot of this. I haven't seen a lot of Instagram pages that emphasize this particular pattern. And so because of that, I think that's going to be the goal. However, this is probably like one of her more stitch heavy pieces. And I'm working 60 and 70 hour work weeks now. So fingers crossed that I actually have the finish for the brag table at the cross stitch retreat. If not, perhaps I'll get close enough so that I can finish it there. And I can always bring Luna, right? Bring one of my pixies. I think that's not a bad idea, actually, to make sure that there is some evidence that I do enjoy stitching memorabilia pieces. And then finally, this is the haul section. And so I know some people, myself in particular, I really enjoy watching people's haul section, but I completely am enabled by people's haul sections. And when I am trying to save money, it is a part of Flosstube that I tend to skip so that I don't end up carting everything and putting everything into my basket and buying it. So if this is something that you would like to skip, now is the time, because this is all haul. Some of them are gifts. My husband, for my anniversary, I'm sorry, I've had something in my eye this whole time, bought me some memorabilia patterns. Go figure. And so a couple of them are out of print. I don't know how he always manages to find things that are out of print. I don't know, he's like the wizard. He's like the memorabilia ninja of out of print patterns. So I'm sorry, it's crinkly, but this is the Cottage Garden Fairy. I thought about stitching her for the retreat too. I do have her kitted. Well, I have the kit stuff purchased. Or Adja Garden Fairy, my favorite one that I did the giveaway for. I have all of her kitted too, but she's like my absolute favorite, and I don't know why I haven't started her, but I haven't started her because I almost want to like savor her, and by savoring her, I'm not stitching her, which makes no sense, but it's true. And so this is Garden Fairy. So he bought me that for our anniversary. I don't know if this one's out of print. It might be. This one's called Garden Verses. He really liked the yellow and purples in this, so he bought me this for anniversary too. And this one too, which I haven't actually seen this one. I think this is quite lovely. This one actually reminds me of lavender and lace patterns. And this one's called Carrying Wings. There's something reminiscent about Nora Corbett's mother's work in this, which I'm sure they derived inspiration from each other, so I'm not surprised. And then these are not out of print, but he also bought them for me because I'm spoiled. And this is the Forest Goddess. I like this one a lot. I really do. I really kind of want to. She is very autumnal in my mind. Granted, we're moving into more winter-like patterns, but her and the Joan Elliott Forest Fairy, Mother Earth Fairy, something like that. The one that Kitschy Whips is stitching. And I think actually La Letty Stitches is also stitching it. Could be, if I remember right. I like her. Those two together, I don't know. Perfection. I really like this one. I don't know why. Like, there's something about this that just draws me in. I love the Shakespeare fairies. I just love it. The motion, the movement, the colors, the background. I love that they're like carrying these fancy lanterns that look like they have a lot of bling on them. I really want to start this one. I just want to start them all. I want to stitch everything. I made a promise to myself that I would not have more than 7 whips, and I was counting them up. Pretty sure I'm like getting close to 20. Oh, and then this one is gorgeous. The Venetian Opulence. Look at those rich colors. My goodness. Stunning. So beautiful. So, if anybody else has thoughts on what pattern I should stitch for the retreat, let me know in the comment box below. I have a lot of patterns, so if any of them stick out in terms of what you have as a favorite memorabilia pattern, let me know. I'd be curious. And then last but not least, my last bit of haul, out of the frame again, was, probably don't want to see my address. This is the Halloween mystery box from Autumn Lane Stitchery. So if you have not gotten your Halloween mystery box, And you are not interested in seeing what is in the mystery box until you have gotten yours, which you should have because it's a month past. But if you are savoring it and not opening it for whatever reason, you will want to skip this part. But this, look at this. Oh, they made the inside of the box reflective of their beautiful designs. It's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at that. This was filled with so many fun goodies. There was maple fudge. That's no longer in the box. Just FYI. That is gone. There was this lovely, I can't remember. There's a whole piece of paper slip in here. Sorry, the wrinkles, the crinkles. Look at these. Little floss drops, R.I.P. floss drops. Some Halloween decor. You slide them together to make a pumpkin. And it sits up. How cute is that? Little decor. All of these beautiful hand-dyed by Rolanda flosses. Look at these Halloween colors. Aren't those just delicious? Look at that. They're just so much fun. I love Halloween. It's just so much fun. And then they graciously kitted their primary pattern. Oh, here's one more floss by hand dyed by Rolanda. It's beautiful. Their primary pattern, which is this piece, Tonight We Ride. And I have no idea if this is crinkling is bothering anyone. I apologize. So that is the theme of the box. And this is a Be Stitch Me fabric that it came with. And then all the floss to go on the drops to stitch it with. As well as 3 other fun patterns. Ooh, he's upside down. To stitch as well. She's the good witch and she's the bad witch. And he's just a cutie. Look at him go. With some earrings. This is a beautiful box. Ghosty earrings, which are super cute. And, in fact, they included a trick in the box, which I haven't figured out yet. So if anybody knows the trick to the box, let me know. Or I will probably email them, because there is a part of the box that is the trick, and it is if you can figure out the mystery word, there is a part of it that they will send you later, a component of the box that's included, but it's like the trick of the treat. And so I was like, oh my gosh, that's so clever. Such a clever marketing idea. I love it. And I'm completely for it. I will buy this box every year if I can get my hands on it. Like I said, I missed the Christmas one. Sold out in 2 hours. So keep an eye out for next year, y'all, because these are great mystery boxes. A lot of fun. So that is my floss tube. My hot mess of a floss tube. But fun nonetheless, I hope. And I enjoyed spending time with you all. And I look forward to spending time with you again. If you have any questions or any concerns or want to reach out, my Instagram name is Sarah Van Y. And I'll put a link down below. And I look forward to joining you and being a part of this community for the next, I guess it's coming up on a new year soon, for the next year. So y'all have a great day.